Jordan Walker on pace for a 297 average, 46 home runs, and 112 RBIs.
That's
That's an MVP.
that's an MVP. That's Albert Pujols numbers right there that you would see. Also, the fact that that's a stellar career with 100 and how many 112 RBIs? Is that what you said?
112.
112. Man, that used to be like your number 5 hitter.
Good evening and welcome to a Mitch and Mauck'n About the Cards podcast. I am Mitchell and joined as always by the two-time United States heavyweight champion of the world from World Championship Wrestling. He's also the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch in Chandler, Arizona. Sunday, fun day, tarps off all day long at the Superstition Ranch. The mouth of the West, Tyrell Muck. Tyrell, happy Memorial Day weekend.
Have a Memorial Day weekend, buddy. What you got on the grill this weekend?
Got some ribeyes tomorrow going. Looking forward to
Nice.
that. I had to go buy propane earlier and propane accessories.
Isn't that the way it always is, man? You, like last minute, you always forget that. Oh, I need a propane crap. I need rib chips. Thank you for reminding me. I need rib chips. I got to go to the store and get wood chips now.
Oh, it sounds fun. You get to pack a toddler to the store later. Your wife's
Yes.
down, and it's always fun to pack a 3-year-old to the store. It makes it 45 minutes instead of 15.
Yeah, and getting her dressed and out of the house is the longest process in the world because she wants to fight me all the time now. And I'm like, oh, it's been fun to test my patience this weekend already.
Just get it delivered.
You know what?
Pay
I
the
understand why people do it now.
pay the premium. Just get it
Yep.
delivered.
Yep.
Crappy weekend of baseball weather-wise. The game Friday night rained out. Game rained out today. Doubleheader was fun though. An 8-1 win in the early one, then a 7-6 defeat in the nightcap. And a game they possibly could have won. Mason Wynn firing it at home. Tyrell, what was your thought on that one? Could he have made the play at second base and fired over to first, or did he just kind of take the instinct there?
And as we kind of chatted about it, as the shortstop with the best arm in baseball and quickness, I think he could have done the double play. But I understand the instinct decision because you think you got the arm to get there. But like at least he would have been able in the double play situation regroup and everything because he just grabbed the ball and threw and didn't have a good grip on it. And you could see that in that short hop, which should have mauled that dude. And I was really, really disappointed to see that short hop. And that was a great slide by him, though. I really got to admit, that was a hell of a slide by him.
Through the first 50 plus games, Ollie's done a great job. But with runners at first and third, do you question the 5-man infield there? And should they have played a regular double play depth?
Yes, absolutely. I do question that because, like, like we have on this podcast destroyed Ollie to the max because we are not Ollie fans, but he is winning me over this year. But it seems like a weird decision to make right there.
You had a runner at third, 1 out. You go to the 5-man infield. Then you get a runner on first via the walk. Then I think you go back to double play depth.
Yep, absolutely.
And they had the whole outfield shifted to center and right. There was nobody in left. I think then you play it straight instead of the guy up the middle. And now everybody's alignments are wonky.
Yeah, and sometimes you can outcoach yourself. You can think too creatively and get yourself in trouble. And I think it's kind of what he kind of did right there.
And regular double play could have kept playing baseball. Jordan Walker with 2 home runs yesterday. Tyrell, going into Memorial Day weekend, is he your early MVP candidate?
I think he has to be. Who else in the National League is like raking the ball like his and like having a all-star standout career year? And I think this is what we expected at Walker anyway. I think he's hands down so far one of your MVP and leading MVP candidates right now.
Pulling them up, I was trying to find the odds from Vegas, not the NFL. I apologize for not having this prepped. But Josh Allen is currently leading the NFL ones for preseason. The early odd tracker, of course, once again has Ohtani at a minus 625. You can't really beat that.
Yeah.
By Kyle Schwarber. Jordan Walker doesn't even make the top 5. You've got Ohtani, Schwarber, Olsen, De La Cruz, and Harper if you're looking at Vegas's odds. Now might be the time, Tyrell, to go up the street to the sports book in Vegas and throw some money on Jordan Walker.
Yes, because you are an overachieving team that every pundit had them finishing in the bottom. And here they are in second place, 2 games out of the first place, going into a Brewers series that could be for first place. I know we're going to talk about it later, and Walker's been the main catalyst of that, along with JJ Weatherholt. Like, how are you not getting that consideration? Is it because we're in St. Louis and he's not a big name yet? Like, I think he's got to be in consideration here.
The kicker is, while he's still the unicorn, while he's still pitching, it's Otani's to lose. But at some point, the novelty of that's got to wear off. I think. Does Jordan Walker win something like most improved player, comeback player of the year crap?
I
Which is
mean,
weird for a 3-year-old.
and also, MJ didn't win the MVP every year, so like you're exactly right. That novelty wears out. Often the sports writers gets annoying of anointing the same person over and over again. They want the story sometimes, and you want to talk about a better story than Jordan Walker's right now, like from just rock bottom in his career to just stellar right now, and in his age 24 and is figuring it out. And I mean, you can just see his swings have much more confidence in strike zone and what he's doing. He's got to be starting up there. And Harper's just a name. I don't really Schwarber maybe, but I don't see those guys carrying what we've seen Walker do with this organization right now.
And we'll talk about this more when we get into our MVP or our rookie of the year debate later. Kyle Schwarber doesn't play the field. Otani pitches, that counts a ton. I mean, again, stuff we haven't seen since Babe Ruth. Right now, Jordan Walker on pace for a 297 average, 46 home runs, and 112 RBIs.
That's
That's an MVP.
that's an MVP. That's Albert Pujols numbers right there that you would see. Also, the fact that that's a stellar career with 100 and how many 112 RBIs? Is that what you said?
112.
112. Man, that used to be like your number 5 hitter back in the day. That was, Jim Edmonds. Now, like 130, 140. And when was the last time you saw a guy have 140 RBIs?
Oh, that is a fun question. Let's see what the Google machine says. It was Aaron Judge in 24.
Okay. Okay.
Prior to that, though, Prince Fielder in 2009.
I thought it would be a while, but 16 years if you really get down to it. Wow.
Prince Fielder and Ryan Howard both had 141 in 09. A-Rod had 156 in 2007.
Wow.
Both
PEDs
those
really worked.
everybody's chasing, of course, the Hack Wilson record of 191, which, speaking of records, that'll never be broken. Anybody in the modern area here? A-Rod's 156 in 2007. You got Sosa with 158 in 98, 160 in 2001. Manny Ramirez 165 and 99. That's the modern era record. Is Man Ram with 1999's 165. Anybody in the top 10 was all prior to, get this, 1940.
Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but I guess you did go through that dead ball era afterwards. Just see, and what did I see the other day? And I apologize for not having this pulled up as well. That like did like from like 1999 to now, like how many uh batting averages were below like 280 for an average for a team, and it was like for like from 99 to like 2007 was 0, and then from 2007 you get 62, 10, 10, 10, or not, but like you're like, what, how many teams have this as an average? Like that's just crazy to think about, like how the game has changed in just our lifetime like that.
Yeah, the current batting average leaders, Otto Lopez out of Florida with 338, and then Riley Green on the AL with 324. So there are some guys that doesn't even hit 300 anymore for the most part.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
go back to what we said last week or our last podcast with 185 and you're still in the big leagues.
yeah, I think I sent you this text. Kids say they've got it so good now with their technology and to be able to do it. Bullshit, dude. We grew up in the 90s. We had the Juiced era, the NWO, and No Life 360.
Absolutely.
Tell me how your life is better than ours.
Yeah. You don't hold a candle to us.
Go watch go get on, what is it? Yeah, go get on Netflix, watch any WWF pay-per-view from 1998. The guys now wish they would have a pop that a mid-Carter had now.
I know. God.
Go watch the Cleveland Indians with Albert Bell and Manny Ramirez in their lineup against the Seattle Mariners.
Kenny Lofton, Carlos Baerga.
Go watch a Cardinals-Cubs game from September of 98 and tell me baseball is better now.
Absolutely. And you can talk about how these guys hit home runs, long home runs. Watch that 97, 98, 99 All-Star game home run. Oh my goodness, were they hitting just the cover off the baseball.
Go watch, if you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, dear watchers, listeners, get on YouTube or maybe even the ESPN app, watch the 99 home run derby from Fenway. That
Absolutely.
that is when baseball peaked
Yeah,
for
yes,
me.
yes. And what if you can watch the pregame because it is so awesome to watch Ted Williams come out and greet everybody, and you get to see him and Tony Gwynn and everybody talking, like, that was such a magical moment for everybody involved.
That might have been the best moment I've ever seen baseball wise. That was just kind of pure in that regard. Talking about guys who hit the long ball, we talked about Jordan Walker. We talked early in this season that somebody's going to have to protect Burley, and Jordan Walker is doing that. But now you talk about lengthening your lineup out. Who's going to protect Jordan Walker? Because right now you've got Mason Wynn in that 5 spot. You've got Gorman, who has been terrible. Newbar homered yesterday in Memphis, or Friday night in Memphis. He is eligible to be activated. I still think it comes Friday night, more on the Cubs series later. Who's going to protect Jordan Walker now?
I'm thinking about that. I actually like that lineup a little bit because you have Weatherholt, then you go Herrera, then you go
Left, right,
Burley.
left,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
left.
and then you go, "You know what? That could be because I mean, really, you want him to be protection, but, I mean, Moot could be a batting average guy and just move the runners along. If Walker's hitting doubles, like, you're already up again, so, I mean, I could see that actually working out pretty well because I mean, Gorman has not done a good job at all. I actually kinda like that. I mean, Nootbaar's probably my least likely choice because I just do not have that expectation of Nootbaar at all, but that's actually a pretty good idea, honestly.
You almost need an igniter. After Walker has cleared the bases with the home run, now you need somebody who I think Newbar could be that guy to get the rally going again.
Yep,
Let's get the
absolutely.
next wave going.
And
Because they lack that. And we reference this all the time. You look at the 2014, which I realize was 20 plus years ago, but you had Pujols, Edmonds, and Roland. And guess who protected the 5 guy? Reggie Sanders,
yes, yes, big old
who,
muscles.
who was still the guy hitting 25 to 30 home runs in your 6th spot, who was then protected by Edgar Renteria, an all-star shortstop. I mean, the lineup length was outstanding at that time. And who was hitting in front of Pujols? Some guy named Larry Walker, who was a Hall of Fame. It's just absolutely insane to me.
Yesterday during the doubleheader, they started talking about Jim Edmonds a little bit and his great catches that he'd done in a Great American Ballpark. And I got to thinking, I'm like, you could have theoretically on that '06 team 4 to 5 Hall of Famers. That is nuts to think about because you got Molina, Roland, Edmonds,
Pujols,
Pujols, and maybe Wayno if he gets in.
Carp,
Carp.
Carp never didn't do it long enough, unfortunately.
No, but I mean, like, but the voters now are totally different than they were back in the past because the postseason matters to them a lot now. And you talk about somebody you're going to give the ball to every time in a game 7 or a must win situation. It's going to be Carp.
I like that. And he does have a Cy Young.
Hmm, hmm.
From about 2004 to 2007, he was the best pitcher in the National League.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I would say it was probably him and Roy Halladay 1-2.
Yes, and they went head to head, and guess who won?
That was probably one of the speaking of, that magical run in the 2011, another great just baseball game at that time.
Gosh, yes.
Pulling up, let's kind of flip. Going into the Brewers series, it is a battle of first place as we head into Milwaukee. First of all, are you a Miller guy?
Yeah, I actually Miller Lite is one of my go-to beers. Actually, Bud Light's too watery for me. I need a little bit of flavor to it.
Not a fan of either of them, but the High Life is not a bad place to go if you're looking.
It's not.
Libby throws tomorrow against Jacob Mizorowski. That'll be a tough draw. That is a very tough draw. Especially if a Missouri kid, Kansas City kid from Blue Springs, Mo. Looking at Tuesday, McGreevy against Harrison. Harrison is 5-1 with a 170 ERA, and he's also left-handed.
Yep.
That's a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday, Dustin May versus to be determined. Now, this is all with an asterisk. As we found out before the game started today, Bryson Mott was called up. He is currently what is considered a phantom player, as he was called up but never has actually played in a game or taken or thrown an inning. He has a chance he gets sent back down tomorrow. Because from what I was reading on X, Twitter, The plan all along was to have Mott's kind of be the spot starter today, send him down tomorrow, and Ryan Fernandez could be activated because he doesn't follow the 10-day rules as the 27th man of a doubleheader.
Okay.
That was the plan. But now everything's kind of in limbo. So you wonder what happens to him. Does he take the start tomorrow? Do you bump everybody a day, which gives you Dustin May against the Cubbies Friday night?
Yes.
Or do you send him down? Do you DFA a Bruley or Brule, keep Montz now as a bullpen arm, and so bring up Hernandez because you've got that floating spot that are kind of in limbo with Stevenson heading back down to Memphis.
No, I think you absolutely bump everybody back, and like we've talked in the previous one, you pitch May on Friday night, and you go Mount's tomorrow night because also making his professional debut against a team like that they haven't seen, they don't have a lot of stuff on him. You could actually get the win on that. You go 4.5, 5 solid innings right there. I think you just bump it and let's go with it.
From what I had heard from our insider, Ryan Fernandez is still with the club. He has not left for Memphis yet. You know, he was deactivated. He could be in the clubhouse, but he was in a suite or in the stands for the game. He was going to train. He was going to travel to Milwaukee. So I see that kind of being the move. Maybe you throw Motts tomorrow, like you said. You bump Libby, and then you go ahead and go with McGreevy. Those are three best at this
Absolutely.
point. And then against the Cubs, you're going to throw Dustin May, Palante, and Kyle Leahy.
Who the Cubs are in a free fall right now, dude.
They've lost 8 in a row. They haven't won a game, I think, since PCA called a woman a derogatory term. You know, it's late in the show rundown, but let's go and talk about it now. We talk about guys who are most overrated in MLB. It might be PCA.
Uh I had sent you some names, but then suddenly that name came in my head too, and I think you might actually be accurate because he is the Lars Nootbaar of the Chicago Cubs. He's got a half a good season.
And maybe it's just because, you know, being Cardinal fans, this is a Cardinal show. We follow the Central. What about Ellie De La Cruz?
I also agree. They said I kind of watched the pregame of the Reds a little bit last night, and they were like, since his call up in 2023, Ellie De La Cruz is first in stolen bases, second in this, second in this. I was like, you're gonna give the guy 3 years and tell him he's the best in the NL? Like you can't. I don't think you can do that correctly. Because I think he's also very overrated. Has not he to me he is almost Yasiel Puig. He's got great amount of talent, just has never hit it.
You can start a franchise with anybody in the National League Central other than a Cardinal player. Who would you pick?
Ooh, National League. I'm gonna go with Paul Skeens.
That's fair. Paul Skeens is probably a safe
Yeah.
bet. Oh, man, I didn't even, like I said, wasn't on the rundown. I would go probably Mazeroski.
Yeah.
I'd probably go. But
I'm not
gotta
going
start.
Churio, I'm not going Ellie De La Cruz, I'm not going Connor Griffin. Like you have to prove it to me to make me start my franchise with you. Like none of these guys have. Yeah, they're all up, but they're Mazeroski's pitches 5 innings a game. Like you're not impacting that much.
Did you see the bomb Skeens gave up to Toronto in the highlight with Livy watching it, and all of a sudden she just hangs her head and starts texting. Like,
Sorry, buddy.
it's yeah, it's rough to be Paul Skeens. But no, we didn't really talk about that in our rundown. But I think you got to go pitcher for going an NL Central guy to kind of start with. Would you take De La Cruz over any of the position players? And I'll throw you now. You can put the Cardinals back in it. Is there any position player that you would take? Would you start with a franchise with JJ instead of him?
Yes. Left-handed at bat, works the count a lot better. Can't and good smart base runner. Yes, I think I would, honestly. And he's younger. I just Cruz just doesn't I just haven't seen enough. It just seems it's almost one of those it's too easy for him. And maybe he's too athletic and doesn't look like he's really trying out there on the baseball field. You can see JJ hustling all the time and really working his ass off to perfect his talent.
And not to be a prisoner of the moment, Jordan Walker at 23 now, not even close to his prime, probably makes the list as well. There's different kind of choices you could go with. Kind of looking even at Milwaukee's lineup, I'm not sure there's anybody there I would choose. Probably not Churio. Probably not Sal Frelick. Definitely not just on principle.
Yeah, no, principle there for sure.
Kind of looking through their stuff here. Definitely not PCA. Bregman is too old to start a franchise with. Maybe Ian Happ because he could play a bunch of positions.
But he's hitting 223 right now.
Approximately,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean that. No, I think you're probably dead on with kind of what you said there, and I think you definitely go pitching for sure. Kind of moving to prospects and guys calling up. Fun story this weekend. Brian Torres getting the call up. 11 years in the minors and independent ball. His family made the trip from Puerto Rico, and when you know, the guy homers on his first time back in the show.
Dude, that was awesome. Like, we were texting back and forth. Baseball is just such a romantic sport, and just such an amazing story for 11 years. And I thought he already had a home run because he looked like he crushed that first ball. So all he did was hit. It looked great. Good swing. Good at bats too. Like, worked the count. Got a couple walks out of that. Like, he looked good the entire time. So I'm like, hey, maybe we finally got somebody in the bottom of the lineup that can actually do something for us. Can be another table setter for us once Walker clears the bases. Like, we got somebody that can move the lineup along. I was really happy for him. It was awesome to watch, and the tears streaming down. The Cardinals posted something on their social media. Mom catching him outside the dugout or outside the clubhouse, giving him a great big hug, and the waterworks flowed. Nothing's more amazing than that, man. Like, just the hard work and effort you got to put into. And the dude talked about retiring from baseball, and then his brother talked him into it. Like, let's go. I'm so happy for somebody like that.
33% swing rate in the minors. He works the count. I mean, that is a great bottom of the order type guy. Not going to embarrass himself in the outfield, can play a little second. Left field has be kind of come a black hole for this franchise since Matt Holliday was moved on from about a decade. That's kind of the whole outfield has been. I don't know. Maybe he can just be a flash in the pan. Maybe he can make another 7 years. But good for Brian Torres. He's got more home runs than I think about 5,000 different MLB guys. He's now tied the franchise, I think, with names like Mitchell Boggs has got one home run, I believe. Things like that. It's a cool story. Trip Cromer, there's a poll
Yeah,
of
there's a
guys that
pull.
he's
Yeah.
tied home runs with.
Yeah, I was
Is he keeping it warm for New Bar? We go back to it. We're not New Bar fans, but are they waiting for New Bar to come save them? And I still think he gets called up Friday night.
uh maybe not save them, but I think it's that old adage that the jockey used to use and Mo probably used a little bit. It's like addition through the DL. Like, it was always that way when they talked about that. So I think that's what they're thinking
It's
is,
like making a trade. That's the old Al Robosky
yeah,
quote.
yeah, exactly. And you're like, okay, cool, I get it. So maybe a little bit. We don't know what the player Newt's gonna be either. So it's kind of up in the air. So how can you put all your eggs in that basket? Because again, he's just a stats darling to everybody, and I don't see it, but I think they are to, like, lengthen this lineup out and continue down the path with that offense. I think they are thinking that Nootbaar's gonna be the left field savior for them.
He's a career 242 hitter. You know, last season, looking just kind of pulling up his numbers really quick, and he was kind of the first year he played a full season. 135 games, almost 600 plate appearances, 13 home runs, 48 RBIs, hit 234.
Yeah,
Eh, eh.
eh, yeah, he's a mid left fielder.
I mean, that's not a savior to me.
No, they're hoping him that he gets back to that Nootbaar that had that half a season where he was really great. But again, it's half a season. We just said that PCA was one of the most overrated players in baseball, and all he had was one half a season last year that was good and then fell off dramatically afterwards. It's the same thing again. Like, how can you say that he's the savior, even though I think they think that, then he's not, clearly.
Statcast, like you said, loves Nootbaar's
Yes.
metrics. The hard hit rate, he hits into a lot of bad luck according to the metrics. I'm an eyeball test guy.
Hmm.
I always have
Hmm.
been. It may be a downfall as an old man coach, but like, what I see is this. I see a guy who hits 234 can't stay on the field.
That's exactly what I see too. That's it. Who had a great half season. You saw his potential, has never lived up to it again. Why are you still holding on to him?
But the same people who want to bail on potential would have traded Jordan Walker for a bag of peanuts this winter.
That's true. That is exactly true.
I was looking at it. I work some card shows to kind of make some extra money on the side. My very first card show I worked in February, I had Jordan Walker Bowman first refractors at $1. I found them in the garage. I forgot about them, and those are now $10. Hit me up. I'll happily mail them out to you. But, it's just those things like those people who want to give up. And do we do the same thing with Gorman? At what point are we going to let him play it out to see if there's something, or have we seen enough?
I I've seen enough of Gorman. Dude's hitting 230 something. I think it was 225 the other night. Like rolls over on baseball, has got a hole in his swing, can't keep up with the fastball up and in. He wants to hit that all the time. I've seen enough, but again, who's gonna come up and play third base for him? Who do you have? What are you gonna do with that position? He's just a left-handed power swinger that we want his the it's beautiful to see when he crushes a baseball. It's awesome. But he's just has never lived up to it.
I'll make the argument that you saw enough of Jordan Walker's and like the physical tools with the thunderbolt for the right arm, the measurables physically, and the flashes, and to say, okay, he was worth giving the proverbial runway to. Gorman's taken all of his runway and crashed the plane every time.
Absolutely agree with you 100%. And like you talk about Walker, like his hard hit rate was so high. You're like, wait, he's up there with Aaron Judge. So you see that once he figures out the strike zone in his swing, he's gonna do well. Gorman, we just keep getting this. Hey, I worked over the winter, really refined my swing again, and we're gonna do, but falls back into the same patterns every time. Like 30% strikeout rate still. Like, how was that beneficial to us?
Gorman's best bet, in my opinion, to stick long term in MLB is to learn to play first base. Now you can play first, third, and some second, and you can be a platoon guy.
Yes. Yeah.
If you get a right-hander up there, with the rules with the relief pitchers, you've got a righty in there, and you need somebody who can give you a homer off the bench. That's him. He could be a left-handed Mark Reynolds.
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's a great comparison right there.
And Reynolds had a solid career. I think he hit 30 home runs in Arizona once or
Yes, he did.
twice.
Didn't
So Gorman could be that guy. But as an everyday player, I think it's time to move on. But do you play for me at third? At least get an upgraded glove?
get some upgraded glove, get a little bit more speed in the lineup, maybe. Maybe it's the only thing.
Maybe somebody, but I mean, or is he a platoon guy? And I'll stump for him once again because we're getting ready to run into our free Jimmy Crooks segment. Blaze Jordan, once again, just hanging out in Memphis, a former second round pick, just chilling. And currently, if I pull up his stats, come on, justify it, hitting all of 317 with 8 home runs, 26 RBIs, and an OPS of 919.
How many home runs does he have? I missed that.
8.
So he's got 2 more in Roman and got 3 more RBIs in him and already hitting the ball better. So yeah, I don't. And yes, we've talked about his defense isn't the greatest, but you put Jose Oquendo with him before he comes up a little bit and give him a little bit of positioning and how to run and how to position himself. I think you might be okay. I I just and I love Nolan Gorman. I have tooted his freaking horn for so long. I love that dude because I love a left-handed. He's got a beautiful left-hand swing, but I'm over the experiment now, and I just can't fathom why we're still giving him the runway.
Oquendo's, working at it basically out of his house in Florida, kind of a special instructor down in the rookie league. Fly him up to Memphis for a week and a half. Tell Blaze Jordan you're going to learn to play third base. Oh, it's easy, isn't it, Wash? No, it's exceptionally hard. No, he'll be fine. A weekend, 10 days with Oquendo could get him serviceable.
Yes.
And that's all they got to be at this point. If you're going to hit.
Yeah, that's all you need.
If you can hit, they'll find you a spot to play.
Because like we've said last podcast, you can't have 3 positions that are guaranteed 9 outs for the game. You can't. And you already got Pages, Victor Scott. I know he had a bunt single and had another good hit, but I mean, that doesn't make it right. And you can't have, and Gorman, you can't have those 3 just guaranteed outs all the time.
Especially a spot left at third base that is a premium power spot.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not even hitting a premium power spot. If he was hitting, 260 right now with 12 home runs, you could deal with below average defense at third. But now he's below average defender and a below average hitter.
Yeah. I mean, and you can't even like the way he rolls over on a baseball all the time and grounds into double plays. He's a pull hitter constantly, tries it all the time. Like it's like he's not Albert Pujols of 2011, where he had the most double plays in the league. You're not him. You're not that name. You're not that good. We got to do something.
Your 7, 8, 9 is time to go grab another beer, go hit the head. in the lineup because nothing's going to get a rally started. In this week's segment, Old Man Yells at Cloud, Tyrell, I want to talk about the split double
All right.
headers. I get it. It's because the ownership doesn't want to lose a gate, and that's what happens. You know, I'm old. We've made that point very clear multiple times on this show. Someday when I am commissioner of baseball, we're gonna have double headers on Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day, already built into the calendar. That way the players can get 3 extra days, and you're gonna do the true 30 minutes off in between games, just so the starting pitcher can get warm. You, as a fan, you get the fan pricing. You get 2 games for the price of one. They talked about it on the early one because that was the one the local broadcast was yesterday. Brad Thompson was kind of talking about, the game's over at 3:30. We're going to play again at 6. You didn't have a whole lot of downtime. And one of the reasons they do the split, of course, is for the national TV, things like that. Would you prefer to see them go back to the traditional double headers? And when they used to do these up to the mid 90s, I would think, was the traditional ones. You would even get the old rain out, game's over in the 4th inning. You pick it up and then go play the next game instead of the split doubleheader mess.
Absolutely. Because, like you said, the players are already warmed up. They're ready to go. Then you get that downtime. You got to get yourself reheated up. You get 30 minutes. Go grab a meal real quick. You're back on the field. You're already warm. Let's go. Let's get back in it. You just saw the ball for the last 9 innings. Let's just get right back to it because it is right. Like it's not fair to them, really. You got 3 hours of downtime before you come back. Like, but you got to stay at the ballpark. So why am I going to stay here and do nothing? You got to get on the treadmill. You got to stay on the bike. You got to stay warm. You got to stay loose. So why that downtime? Let's just get right back into it. Let's go change uniforms. Let's get right back up and go.
Yeah. Again, it comes down to everything else, like in this world. It's all
Yeah,
about money.
100%.
But but again, the fan premium though, I mean, those people are gonna buy concessions the second game. They're gonna buy merch in that 30-minute window. Your lines are gonna be long. You know,
And you had 31,000 people there yesterday. Like, absolutely. They're going to buy more food because they've already been through one 9-inning game. They need to eat again. So they're going to buy even more stuff. So I think it's the way to go. And for player health, it's even the best way to go too.
and you don't stop the beer sales either until like halfway through the second game. You just keep that pony riding,
keep
man.
Keep going. Just keep it going. I'm with you there, sir.
We got to find a summer doubleheader like in the minors and go this summer. $1 beer night with a hotel perfect within walking distance.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to walk, but I can surely get there one-legged, right?
Something with an Uber.
Yeah, yes.
Rookie of the year talk, we were watching the Reds, and you brought up this point. Everybody seems to be all about Sal Stewart, and he doesn't play the field most games. Did that take you out of award consideration, being a one-way player, essentially?
When you come to things like Rookie of the Year, yes, because like it's supposed to be all encompassing. I know I don't mind about a batting championship because all you do is, as a DH, you're just a professional hitter, so that does not hurt my feelings at all. It is a little bit lackluster that you all you get to do is hit. I mean, look at Edgar Martinez, but I mean he raked. But yes, because you take in the factor of what JJ does to the second base and how he's taking the ball away in the defense. Yeah, I think you have to like remember that and stop just going about the offense because hands down, JJ's worked much better. And yes, he doesn't have the average that Sal does, but he got just as many extra base hits and actually walks a lot more. So I think he's better. And I know that's me tooting the horn of JJ Leatherhole because I'm a Cardinal fan, but Sal Stewart's not. I watched him yesterday. He up and in, struck out several times, couldn't so his stroke's not even there yet. He's just gotten somewhat the darling right now.
Sal Stewart hitting 256 to JJ's 237, 12 home runs to JJ's 9, 34 RBIs to JJ's 25. But to be fair, Weatherhold does lead off. So that will kind of hammer his 50 hits for Sal Stewart, 46 for JJ. That's not 27 walks to 21. So, I mean, they're pretty comparable. To me, I think it comes down to whichever team finishes
How many hit by pitches does JJ have? He's been hit by the pitch a lot too.
And I don't have that information in front, but I think as a table setter for a winning team, JJ kind of gets the nod, but South Stewart, they do have a winning record, but they are last in their division, and he's kind of in the middle of it.
What do you and I think the work in the count too. Like the fact that JJ works the count is really beneficial as a leadoff hitter to because not just come in there swinging. I think that has also got to factor in like you're weighing that pitcher down already, which that's what the Cardinals motif has been this year. They're working those counts, so I think that also has to. In all companies, it's about how you are as a baseball player, not just how you look to the pundits.
I think you've got a great point there as well. We'll see, and we're at our first checkpoint. They're kind of the top two, in my opinion, right now, kind of as we head into that first one. Speaking of the checkpoint, I thought St. Louis would be 500 at best
Yeah,
at this point. Absolute best case scenario, 500. I'd be really happy as a fan, but they're +7 right now, and I think that's probably better than all of us expected. Anybody who says, "Oh, I predicted this," they're a liar at this point.
yeah, and like I was watching it a little bit of TikTok yesterday when I was outside, and a fellow podcaster was like, "Hey, Cardinal fans, you can stop attacking me because I was down on them," and I'm like, all of us were down on them as Cardinal fans. Like we did not expect them to what they're doing. So I don't see how if you thought the Cardinals are going to be good this year, you had a crystal ball and were looking forward, or I hope you put some money on them to do something because all of us did not see this coming. And it's amazing to watch. And I'm galvanized as a fan more than I have been in years. So I agree with you 100% on that. Like really.
Is this who they're going to be? Just close to getting that 10? Never really below 500 now, but never going to be able to cross the threshold of 10. Are they going to be this kind of middle of the road pack, or do you see them being able to make a push to kind of get over that 10 hump? Because 10 is the next
That is
magic
I
number. The plus.
No, because I think this is about what they're gonna be because of these little losing streaks you're gonna go through because 'cause they're gonna win 5 rattle off 5, 7 in a row, but then lose 3, but then come right back. So I think that's gonna be their but they're never out of a ball game, so that's also and they're gonna come crashing back into reality. They kinda did last night in these one run and, these extra inning games. So that's gonna happen too. You can't continue this all year long to be this good in, extra inning games. So, and but I think that's about right. I was gonna say 6 to 7 over 500 would be great.
We'll preview kind of on next week's show the month of June, but just kind of taking a peek at it. You got a below 500 Texas team. Then you got Cincinnati again, a terrible Mets team, followed by a 500 Minnesota team, a really good Padres team, and then a terrible Kansas City team in June to start your first 5 series in June. So that could be a quick way again to kind of go right back up. And we'll talk about that more next
Well,
weekend
if
as
you have a
well.
winning June, how do you not add in July?
The telling part, the kind of looking and getting higher in July, you've got Atlanta, Chicago, 5 against Milwaukee now because of the rain out, and then 3 against Atlanta before the All-Star break. Arizona, Anaheim, Cincinnati, Chicago. It's setting up okay. It's setting up to, and they may not add. Don't subtract. If you want August to be empty in Bush, go ahead, sell. That's the fastest way to do it. The schedule is very favorable this year. Just kind of
I know
looking
as soon
through
as you
it.
said that, I was like, wow, the schedule's actually lining up pretty nice for them to actually make a pretty decent run and have a winning record by the All-Star break. And then you're gonna have fans just beating down the door of like, "Hey, what are we doing? Let's get this. What are we doing here?" And I didn't know they're probably gonna subtract because of um, May's that 1 year contract with May and O'Brien maybe, but I could really see just grab a couple extra arms, get a bat, maybe let's go.
And you could get guys, a name that's kind of been kicked around, and he's under team control. Joe Ryan from Minnesota.
Ooh, okay, yeah,
There's an
yep.
ace. They're the frontline starter that you have control of for the next 3 years.
And
And it might hurt, but that's exactly what you want, though, is a frontline guy in his late 20s who's not ready for. He's got 3 years left before he hits free
but
agency.
if you get down to it, what hurts about that? Because we know the catching positions where our depth's at, and we have so many of them. Like Jimmy Crooks, we want to free him. And I think it's probably not going to be with the Cardinals if he gets freed because they love Pajas so much. And our mama already said he likes what the catcher situation is right now. But it's an automatic out. But I think what's going to hurt about that? Rodriguez is down there. You got Bernal. I, you could theoretically trade from that catcher position to get some good return.
Do you move a Rodriguez for a for a Joe Ryan that you have 3 years of control
If
for?
you think so highly of Leo Bernal, maybe. Uh, yeah, because again, it's potential. You don't know Rodriguez isn't going to get to the big leagues and not be able to hit big league pitching. You don't know. It's all speculative. You know Joe Ryan can pitch. He's proven.
And again, we grew up in the Walt Jockey era. Give me proven major league talent all day.
Yeah, 100%. So,
I'll always take proven major league talent over prospects.
yep, every time.
Finally, tonight, we've gone a little long. It is Memorial Day weekend, which is the official kickoff of summer. Here in mid-Missouri, Tyrell, they have redone Kingdom City, Missouri. The traffic is a nightmare. The lake traffic is gross. That's the kickoff of summer to me, is the lake traffic on Highway 54 in
Yeah.
Kingdom City. But what song do you just scream summer?
I was playing a little bit ago. Uh, uh, God, LFO. What was it? Yeah.
Summer
Somerville's
Girls.
LFO. Yeah.
That was my shit. Like in the late 90s with the frosted tips, listening to LFO, and then 80, and then 91 Camaro with the T-tops. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Man, we were just the coolest kids were rocking around at that point.
Give me some Kenny Chesney beer in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
He opens his shows with that song, and I've seen Kenny 3 times. That just screams summer.
Yes. Yes.
Being at a stadium show, a country concert, you're a couple man sodas in after watching the openers. It's dark. There's, as my buddy Travis likes to say, there's whores in boots, not cowgirls, because there is a
There
difference.
is. There is.
Ready to go. That screams summer to me.
Summertime by Kenny Chesney's still good too. I like that song too. Man, there's a lot of good summer bangers, man. I can we have a summer playlist because we have a pool in the backyard. We have pool parties all the time. So that summer playlist is going all the time. So I think, well, that's a good choice right there. I like that.
Drop in the comments what should be on our summer playlist as we kind of go through Memorial Day weekend. We'll be back on Thursday to kind of talk about the Brewers. Hopefully, we're talking about a first place ball club. For the Mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock, I am Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you on Thursday.